What's going on YouTube? I'm Ryan Roots.
And I'm Allie Roots.
And together we're Rally Roots. So a lot of people have been asking me lately to talk about stock trading and how we like to use the Robinhood app to trade stocks. So that's what this video is going to be about. So it's not going to be about reselling, and Allie's not going to be in this video. So if that's why you're here, you can just skip this one. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about 4 different points. Why I started trading, where I did my research, why I like Robinhood, and how I like to trade. So my different trading methods. And really why I decided to do this video is because I know that there's a lot of people out there who would like to get into stock trading, but they're kind of new to the market and they don't really know where to start. So that's kind of what this video is going to be. It's not going to be like extensive into major stock trading. It's just going to be more about where to start and how I got started stock trading. That being said, I am pretty proud of my track record over the past year. With the stocks that I've been trading and the swing trades that I've made, my money has grown 63%, which in the stock trading world is really, really good. So I am proud of that. But anyway, before I get too started into this video, a quick legal disclaimer. This information is for educational purposes only. It's not an investment recommendation, nor to be representative of professional expertise. All examples and analysis used are for illustrative purposes only, and the personal opinions of Ryan Rich. You understand and acknowledge that there is a very high degree of risk involved in stock trading. Ryan Rich assumes no responsibility or liability for your trading investment results. You should always do your own independent research in order to allow you to form your own opinions regarding investment. Ryan Rich is not a trainer or licensed stocks analyst. This is not a paid endorsement for the Robinhood app. So now that's done, let's go. So first of all, why did I start trading in the first place? Well, the answer to that question is really, really simple. It's probably the same reason as a lot of you guys watching this video. We had sold a lot of stuff online and we had accumulated a little bit of wealth. So we had some cash in the bank that we were ready to start investing and making money off of the money that we had already made. See, there's only so many buys you can make in the reselling world. There's only so many wholesale orders you can make before you run out of places to source from. And that's where we were. We had some cash in the bank and nothing to really spend it on. So we wanted to start investing that money into something that we could make more money on. But the reality is that when I started looking at the stock market world, what I found is that there's a lot of people who say you can make a lot of money in the stock market, but there's a lot more people who say you can lose a lot of money in the stock market. So the first thing that I felt was fear with getting into the stock market. In fact, even when I downloaded the Robinhood app, I only started with $1,000. I didn't put in 10 grand and start playing around with it. I only started with $1,000. And even before all of that, I started to do a lot of research into the stock trading world, which brings me to my next point number 2, do your research. So I started doing research. I started looking at places like YouTube. I started searching the web for good advice. Basically, I started looking for people who were knowledgeable in the stock trading industry who I could personally learn from. I will say this, I'm lucky because one of my very good friends is Chris Dunn and his wife, Nikki Dunn, and they are experts in the stock trading industry. So one of the first things I did is I reached out to the people who I knew were already in the space. And by the way, Chris does have a YouTube channel, which I'll link in the description below. So anyway, I went back and I started doing research. Again, Google and YouTube are your friend. I just started looking at stuff that I was interested in. That's actually one of the biggest things that I will say to you guys. I only trade stocks now that I actually have interest in. What I mean by that is, are the companies doing something that I actually like and am intrigued by? I almost look at it this way. If I was going to work for one of these companies, which ones would I want to work for and why? I wholeheartedly believe that when you make an investment into a company in the stock market, you should have some sort of vested interest in it, especially if you're swing trading. If you're day trading, I understand. It's just about the money. But when you're swing trading, I do feel that you should have some sort of vested interest in that company. You should like what they're doing and you should like where they're going. For example, the Walmart stock I could have bought and made a little bit of money on, but because I don't like Walmart and I don't like what they stand for, I refuse to buy into that stock. It's very tempting sometimes, but again, I have certain stock trading moral principles that I just can't get away from. So just be interested in the type of stocks that you're looking to trade. So the next question is, why did I decide to use the Robinhood app? There's a lot of other trading software and trading platforms out there that I could have used. So why the Robinhood app? Well, there's a few very important reasons why I chose the Robinhood app opposed to different platforms. Number 1, there's no fees. So they don't take commission on your trades. Other companies out there, whenever you make a trade, they take a little small percentage that they call a commission, and that comes out of the money that you're trading with. Robinhood does not do that. They have a different model and they make money a different way. It's actually a really interesting model. You can read about it on their website, but basically they make money off of the money that you are not trading with. So they're making interest off of the cash that you have in reserves in your trading account, which is pretty smart. Reason number 2 was the ease of use. I just really liked that I could do everything on an application on my cell phone. I didn't have to log into something. I didn't have to go through a bunch of different downloads on my computer. I could literally just download an app and pretty much start trading almost immediately using my cell phone. So the ease of use of the Robinhood application for me was a very big plus. Reason number 3, I'm not a day trader. I never really have been a day trader. I've always been interested in swing trading. So putting money into one stock, waiting for that stock's value to increase, and then selling that and taking profits. And in my opinion, Robinhood is perfect for swing traders. Point number 4, why I like the Robinhood app, you don't have to put in a whole bunch of money. So you don't have to put in like 10, 20, 30, 40 grand to start out with. You can literally start trading with very little bit of money. Again, I only put in $1,000 when I first initially started trading, and you can put in even less. They don't restrict you to how much money you have to put into the application. And again, this is not a paid endorsement for Robinhood. I am just giving you the reasons why I personally like to use the platform. You don't have to use it. There's lots of other platforms you can use, but those are the reasons why I like it. What Robinhood does have is a referral program, and I will put my referral link in the description of this video. You guys obviously don't have to use it, but if you do use my referral link, I do get a little bit of a kickback from Robinhood. So if you're thinking about downloading the app, use my link and it will help me out a little bit. And lastly, I wanted to tell you guys about my personal trading methods. Again, this is the way that I trade. I am not a professional stock trader. I am not a day trader. I am what would be called a swing trader. And again, I'm not trained on how to do this. This is just what has worked for me over the past. I do have a decent track record so far in the stock trading game. Again, over the past year, I've increased my money's value in the stock market by over 63%. And obviously, I plan to increase that number even further. So how I like to trade. Number 1, I like to find companies that, again, I have a personal connection to. Companies that I like. I'll give you an example. We own a very small coffee company called the Hip Lion. That company, when we've done festivals and events, we've always used the Square card reader. Now, Square as a company just went public a little while ago, and before they went public, they reached out to the people that were using their devices and they asked them if they would like to invest in their company before their IPO. And that was actually one of our first trades. Because we really liked the Square platform, we decided to invest in their company and buy some stock. We didn't buy much. We put about $1,500 into Square just to see what would happen. Well, it paid off. Square went from $9 to like $14 very quickly, and we sold our shares at that point and we made a little bit of money, and that's when we kind of started saying, listen, swing trading is a pretty good way to make some extra cash. So again, started doing some reading, started doing some research, and started looking at other stocks we could buy. I even downloaded an app called StockTwits, which is like basically Twitter for stock traders. It's good and bad. Basically anybody can put their opinion on there, so you kind of have to know what to weed through, what's good and bad, who to trust, who not to trust. So it's a good resource, but people's opinions are their own opinions, just like mine. Anyway, so like I said, when we first started using Robinhood, the app, initially I only put $1,000 into that app. And again, kind of like when we first started reselling and I went to the thrift store and I thought I knew more than I did actually know, I bought a bunch of stuff and I lost money on it. The same kind of thing happened in the stock market. I started doing research and I got into trying to invest into companies that were looking to get certain pharmaceuticals passed by the FDA. And basically they were very cheap stocks to get into, but you would buy into them hoping basically that their drug would pass and get through FDA requirements. And at that point, the stocks shoot up, right? And it had happened a lot with certain pharmaceutical companies in the past. So I started doing that, right? I started putting money into those type of companies. And what happened is that I lost money very quickly. There were certain companies that I put money into, their drugs never cleared, and the stock basically crashed. So for the first few months, I put money into Robinhood and I ended up losing quite a bit. I lost like 30% of the money that I put in there. But honestly, it didn't discourage me. It was kind of like a learning game, and I knew that if I was persistent and I started doing more research and paying attention to what's actually going on, then I should be able to turn that percentage around. And that's exactly what happened. Like I said, I started doing research into stocks that I actually liked, into companies that I actually had some vested interest in, and those are the companies that I started looking at their financials and what are they trying to do in the future. And those are the stocks that I like to invest in, the ones that are doing something that I feel is worthwhile, right? So even if they're not profitable yet, I do invest in companies like Tesla, for example, that is not a profitable company, but I believe in the founder. I believe in Elon Musk, and I like what they're doing in the environment, in solar. I like what that company does as a whole. And that stock has done well for us. I got in at about $200 a share, and if you look at it now, it is doing quite well. But here's the deal, guys. At the risk of offending a lot of professional stock traders out there, this is what I will say. Do your own research. Don't go on the word of somebody else just because they're really good at reading graphs and reading charts and they can say, you know, do this, this, and this, and you're going to make a lot of money. What I found anyway is that that doesn't really work. You have to do the research yourself, and you have to be willing to take the risk with your money and know that there is a chance that everything could crash and you could lose your money. So definitely don't invest money that you don't have. Invest money that you're willing to lose, right? But make those smart, educated decisions and only really invest in companies that you feel are companies that are really doing good in the world. And that's my advice, guys. Short and sweet. If you want to download the Robinhood app, again, there's a link in the description of this video. I would appreciate it if you use my link. Check out Chris Dunn's page. He's way better at trading than I am. And I wish you all the success in the world, guys. Until next time, I'm Ryan Roots. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like this video. Please subscribe to our channel. And I will see you guys on the next video. Later.